Hello everyone, myself Dr. Aditya Gupta. In this video, I wanted to discuss about maintaining cool during an actual examination. So what happens is that a lot of students, while giving their NEET UG examination, will falter on the exam day. It's fully possible that they would have worked hard for 2.5 years, 3 years maybe, 4 years for those who are taking two drops or everything. But on the exam day, they might falter because they do not maintain cool during examination. So it's very important that you ensure that you maintain cool during examination. Ensure that you're in a headspace that gets you the rank that you desire. So I wanted to talk about certain tips and tricks that ensures that you are actually maintaining the cool during examination, so that you don't falter, so that you do not get too excited or too anxious on the exam day. Obviously, some amount of exam anxiety is normal and can happen to everyone. So it's important that the more you bleed in training, the less you bleed in, the more you sweat in training, the more less you bleed in battle. That's why it's important to keep on practicing a lot of mock papers, so that the actual exam just seems like another mock that you're giving, rather than something huge or something on those lines. In this particular regard, I actually believe an offline exams actually beat the online ones, because your actual exam is going to be an offline one, and which you have to fill an OMR and everything. So the second tip I'm going to give you is practice during the exact same hours. I've mentioned this in a video before on how to prepare subconsciously. See, if you're giving a mock test every day or every alternate day or every third day, doesn't matter the frequency, but what matters is if you're giving the mock test every time in that particular time frame when the actual exam occurs, that is 2 to 5, let's say, or 10 to 1, doesn't matter the actual one. If you're giving the exam during that particular time frame, your body will adjust to being in the maximal peak performance during that particular time. Next thing, during the exam itself, it's very important that you ensure that if you do not get one question right, do not get flustered or anything. Take a deep breath, move on to the next question. Even if you don't know the answer to that question, move on to the next question. The second you know the answer to one question, your confidence will shoot up, and from then use that confidence to solve another question. If you think you are in a state where you're totally panicked, take a deep breath. I genuinely believe that taking a deep breath really helps. Let me tell you my own example. When I gave my AIPMT prelims back in 2012, the very first question in biology that I saw, I was flustered. I did not know the answer to the question. I was like, what the hell? Biology is my strong subject and I don't know the answer to the first question itself. And I panicked. I panicked for 5 minutes. Then I was like, I reminded myself, I took a deep breath for 1 minute, and on 7th minute, I solved the second question. I knew the answer to the second question, and I knew all 99 questions after that. I got 396 in biology in my AIPMT prelims. I just didn't know the answer to the very first question. But that very first question can shake you. But that shouldn't happen. Take a deep breath and move on. It's fully possible that you know the answers to every other question except that question that flustered you. And the last but definitely not least, this is something which I've employed as my postgraduate and DM examinations consider. If you're in a flux, go to the toilet. Sometimes going to the toilet clears your mind. Another thing that you can do is always start with a strong subject, because starting with a strong subject helps you build confidence, and that confidence is carried forward in other subjects. And one last thing I really want to emphasize upon is the OMR part. A lot of you might actually be making mistakes as far as filling the OMR sheet is concerned. And this is the thing that will happen if you keep on practicing only online tests. While online tests are a good resource, they help you practice, they are faster, they are frankly at many times much better resources. I'm not going to deny that, but it's very important that you actually practice on a physical OMR sheet, because if it's the first time you're actually going to give a physical OMR sheet on the NEET UG examination, you're going to have a big problem. You should know how to circle, you should know how fast you should circle, you should know that you should not spend too much time regarding that. So my essential points boil down to practice offline mocks also along with your online ones. Obviously, I know a lot of you practice online, so it's not I'm not saying that online is bad. Online is definitely good, but practice a lot of offline mocks with the OMR sheet during the time when the actual exam is there, and during the actual exam, maintain cool.